during two-a-days, which is the toughest time of the year for football. Two-a-days. Goes on about 2 weeks. The thing it saves us is we always get rain in the afternoon, cools things off. But this time, not one day of rain, and it was definitely the hottest and the toughest we have ever been through.
The Florida State Seminoles received the ultimate vote of confidence by being selected as the AP preseason #1 team for the first time in the school's history. Overconfidence, underscored by a boastful Seminole rap video, spearheaded a humiliating 31-0 loss in the season opener. FSU is again bestowed with the highest preseason ranking. This time, the Noles hold the top spot for 10 unwavering weeks before disaster strikes in the form of 17 injuries. Seminole fans watch in dismay as all hopes of a wire-to-wire #1 finish sail wide right. (1993). The Seminoles begin #1 again and keep the top spot for 10 weeks before falling short in the game of the century. Florida State fights back, however, and triumphs over Nebraska in the Orange Bowl to claim their first national championship. For the fourth time in 8 years, FSU begins the season #1. Having already speared a national championship, the Seminoles now seek the challenge of accomplishing what no other team in college history has done. That is, go from start to finish as the #1 team in the country. The path to the Fiesta Bowl begins in Orlando, where the first obstacle awaits on the Noles championship drive. Of anticipation has finally arrived. It's time to drop the hype and don the pads. In 1995, the Florida State Seminoles are facing the challenge.
Florida State has speed that nobody can comprehend. That's the difference when you go to play in Atlantic Coast County. Steam, I mean, yeah, there's great teams there, and I think Virginia may give us a fit. But I can tell you, they have not seen, no matter who they play, speed like this. And as the saying goes, speed kills. And this offense is amazing.
Florida State kicks off the 1995 season, defending their third consecutive ACC title and a preseason #1 ranking against the Duke Blue Devils in the Orlando Citrus Bowl. Sporting their garnet pants, it was time to see if the defense would be a question mark and if the offense would be as good as expected. The answer to both? Yes. Bobby Bowden's offensive dynamo kicks into high gear early and often. The Seminole offensive drive chart says it all. 6 plays, 80 yards, 2 minutes and 8 seconds. 7 plays, 56 yards, 1 minute, 25 seconds.
Here's the snap, handoff, Pooh Bear to the goal line, touchdown, Florida State. Here's the snap, toss.
3 plays, 51 yards, 28 seconds.
15 to the 10, nobody will get it, touchdown Tampa, touchdown Seminole. Oh, I cannot pay you for it, done. Here's the snap.
2 plays, 85 yards, 21 seconds.
Back press to the 40, back press to the 50, back press to the 40, back press to the 30. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Florida State, back press.
And that's just the first quarter. The offense behind the brilliance of Danny Cannell and the unbelievable tailback tandem of Warwick Dunn and Rock Preston helped the offense roll for almost 800 yards. The running game accounts for over 350 yards. And the passing game amasses almost 450 yards.
He's got it. It's too easy. It's a touchdown, Florida State.
Danny Cannell is an amazing 21 of 27 for 275 yards and 4 touchdowns.
We really came out sharp. You know, we came out, it's been a long, hot 2 days. We put a lot of work in, and we were just ready to get out on the field and show everybody what we had. And I think it was a tribute to the veterans that we had out here and the guys that put in a lot of hard work over the summer was the main reason, you know, why we were able to get off to such a quick start.
Dunn and Preston would average a combined 17 yards per carry.
Well, I guess we both came out ready to play and wanted to establish the running game for Florida State. And I guess it's a burden off Danny's back, where if we have 2 good running backs that can run the football, he can stand back in the pocket and pick the defense apart.
Cannell over the shotgun as the snap throws it to his right. It is caught by Messam, far sideline, first down, and then some to the 40.
The wide receivers, another question mark going in, did not drop a pass all afternoon. In fact, they made spectacular catches, proving they would be more than able to meet the challenge.
It is caught and out of bounds. Damian Harrell.
Andre Cooper would lead the way with 9 catches for 155 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Cooper goes up in the air. He's got it. Touchdown, FSU.
With it being the first game of the season, I think everybody was a little antsy to get out there and see what you could do against a team that you hadn't, played against, because we had been going against our defense the whole 2 days. So it was good for everybody to get out there and go against Duke. And I think that my performance was just, reflection of that. I was so happy to get out there and finally be going against somebody that I didn't know, and that I didn't know what he was capable of doing, and he didn't know what I was capable of doing. And luckily, everything turned out, good.
When all is said and done, the Florida State offense looked in mid-season form, piling up 70 points.
We've never had a football team that opened any more hot than our team was that day. I didn't even know they were capable of doing what they did. But everything worked. I think we scored 11 out of the 12 times we had the football or something like that. And that just don't usually happen. But we were throwing well, we were protecting the passer, they making great catches, and we got over 100 yards rushing out of 2 different backs, Preston and Dunn. So it surprised me to play that well on offense that early in the year.
Here's the snap, and Larry Marshall up the middle, finds a hole, first down to the 40. He's in the 35, down the sideline, he goes to the 25 to the 20. He's not.
On defense, inexperience was evident, as Duke was able to move a little easier than Coach Bowden would have liked.
It was a surprise to us how easily Duke moved the football on us, especially running the ball straight at us. That's something people have not been able to do the last 6, 7, 8 years, run the ball right at us. And they were doing it, and they were doing it over and over. And that concerned us a little bit, and we felt like we had some problems. But at the same time, we knew we had some key guys hurt, and we wasn't sure if that wasn't hurting us a little bit.
However, the defense would also make some big plays.
Defender slipped out. Fumble, hits the ball ahead, and Sam Coward said, "Not my neighborhood." Comes pressure. Here he's going to be dragged down, mauled and mugged and tackled by Greg Spires. He will play action and drops it. Here comes the quarter blitz. The pass picked off at the 40. Sideline route by Green. And the play action pass underneath. Fine, complete pass.
Byron Capers would lead the way with 7 tackles. In a game that would certainly please Garnet and Gold faithful, FSU rolls 70-26. Death Valley, the Clemson Tigers. History has shown that this stadium has been of particular trouble to Florida State over the years. Who would forget the Ponderuski of 1988? Then, the Charlie Ward comeback in 1992. While it was 1992 when Clemson last scored on the Seminoles, the Tigers were ready to move back into the elite of the ACC. This would be their measuring stick. ABC Sports would get the Noles for the second time this season. Once again, Death Valley proved to be somewhat grim for FSU. Quarterback Danny Cannell and the FSU offense strike like lightning. After just 1 minute and 10 seconds, it looks like business as usual for the offensive juggernaut.
To the 35, down the sideline, to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. He's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Here's the handoff to Pooh Bear to the 1. T is 2. The goal line, touchdown, Florida State.
A Clemson fumble midway through the quarter allows the Seminoles to build a 14-0 first quarter advantage.
The Seminoles, who's come up with it? FSU says they've got it. Thielen Green from his 36, hands it off. Good block. This is McGee's to the 35 to the 40 down the near sideline. He's tackled at the 46. McGee's comes to the left side.
Clemson pulls to within 7 early in the second quarter with some big runs.
Breaks the tackle. He's to the 5, 4, touchdown, Clemson. Raymond Priester. Oh my!
While Coach Bowden searches to find an answer to the struggling passing game, the 5'8" junior tailback from Louisiana decides to take matters into his own hands.
Breaks the tackle. 25. He's to the 20. Zigzag move to the 15, to the 10, to the 5.
Warwick Dunn reaches pay dirt, giving FSU some breathing room.
3, 2, 1, touchdown, Florida State.
When the wide receivers were struggling, I mean, I was there. I'm the third leg, so they relied on me to make plays.
Sam Coward leads the defense with 12 tackles, keeping the Tigers in check for the rest of the half.
You know, we got after them pretty good, and what I did was to get 12 tackles, I eluded the receiver, you know, to make tackles on the running back.
In the second half, the defense shines. First, a big play by Andre Wadsworth. Then the pick by Coward stops Clemson in the second half.
And in the air it is, picked off, intercepted by Coward at the 32-yard line. For the eye set, Cannell throws the pass. It is caught by Damian Harrell at the 40.
With the score 31-20, Danny Cannell lights it up in the fourth quarter, and the Noles finally put the Tigers away.
He tries to break a tackle at the 13. He's to the 12-yard line. Drops the throw. Cocks the arm, fires it out. It is caught. Touchdown, Andre Cooper. Touchdown, Florida State. Just like that on third down.
Warwick Dunn adds 1 for good measure.
He's to the 45 to the 40. He breaks the tackle 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Warwick Dunn. Florida State blowing it open fourth quarter. Oh my goodness, Shane, what a run by Warwick Dunn.
Really, I'm just using my vision, just going where the holes are at. And I mean, that the plays are designed for us to do what we want to do on the plays. So I mean, I'm just doing what I do naturally.
The Seminoles escape Death Valley with a 45-26 win over the Clemson Tigers. Oh, sure. Florida State has outscored North Carolina State by a total of 96-6 over the last 2 seasons. Sure, it's the Seminoles' first home game of the season, and they want to look good in front of the home crowd. Oh, sure, the game would be televised nationally by Jefferson Pilot Sports. And sure, the Seminoles are still the top-ranked team in the nation. So, what's there to worry about? Not a thing.
And Warwick gets the handoff, goes to the right. He gets a block behind Pooh Bear. Spins off the time to the 30. He's to the 25 to the 20. He's to the 15 to the 10. 5. He has a Florida State touchdown. Caught by Ernie Green. Keeps his balance. Goodbye. Good night, Irene. Cannell will throw to his right. He's got Cooper over there. Makes the catch out. Riley will battle and makes the catch. Makes the catch at the 4-yard line. Now throws the pass to the corner. Caught by Ernie Green. Touchdown, Florida State. Go by Cannell, fade route to the left side. It is caught. Touchdown, Andre Cooper. Here comes the pressure. They throw the fade to the far side. Diving try. It is caught by Cooper. Took it away from a defender.
We had our game against Duke and got 70 points in the opener. I told everybody that's not likely to ever happen again. I just never had a team that hot. But yet we come out there against North Carolina State and we're about the same as hot.
The defense also started to put it together, holding the Wolfpack to 370 yards of offense. Perhaps the most impressive statistic would be turnovers. The Seminole defense helped force 8 fumbles, recovering 6. Defensive linemen Peter Boulware and Renard Wilson would combine for 3 sacks. North Carolina State would be humiliated in one of the worst conference defeats of all time by a final score of 77-17. Oh, sure, things were indeed looking good once more for FSU in the ACC. In mere ordinary fashion, Florida State defeats their friends from Central Florida 46-14 and looks further south toward their enemies in Coral Gables. With the game to be broadcast in prime time by ESPN, there was plenty of time during the day for little tailgating. Seminole faithful could even be seen in the company of, dare we say, hurricanes. What was once viewed as a cordial fight for state dominance has, in recent years, become a fierce battle for national supremacy. Beginning in 1987, an undefeated Florida State team would host the third-ranked Miami Hurricanes. Highlighted by an incredible 21-point fourth-quarter comeback, the Canes would go on to win by a 1-point margin. FSU finished the season 11-1, ranked number 2. Miami finished the season undefeated, ranked number 1. 1991 saw a matchup of number 1 versus number 2, with FSU holding the top spot. Following a heartbreaking last-second kick, 2 words would leave an indelible scar on the hearts of Seminole fans. Florida State finished 4th. Miami, national champions again. In recent years, Florida State would enter the matchup undefeated in all but one season. Only twice would they come away the victors. One of those 2 victories came in '93, the year the Seminoles captured their national crown. For Florida State faithful, it is obvious that the pathway to a championship travels through the force of the Hurricanes. 1995, time to bury the demons that impede Seminole destiny. 1995, payback time.
I don't want to make this long, but you fellas know when I played in Atlanta last year, I felt like that was my house. I also feel like this is my house. But I tell you what, you guys are the best damn housekeepers I've ever seen in my life. You guys are the best team in the country. You should go out there and play like it. I never had the opportunity to beat a Miami Hurricane team. And the Miami Hurricanes stopped me from being number 1 in the country twice. Do what these coaches, you guys got the best coaching staff in the country. Do what these coaches have taught you to do. And I promise you, everything's gonna be all right. Don't take nothing for granted. And God bless you all, man. I want you guys to win it all. Thank you. Thank you, Dan.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the north end zone and join us in welcoming back Prime Time.
Prior to kickoff, Prime Time was back for a little celebration. After this season, Deion Sanders' number 2 jersey will never be worn again. Equipment manager Jimmy Calloway shares the moment.
Congratulations, Prime Time!
80,350, the largest crowd ever at Doak Campbell Stadium, are ready for the showdown to begin. The big question coming into the game was whether the defense, with the return of Todd Rebold and Darrell Bush, could stop the run and shut down the Miami offense. The answer is a resounding yes. The fierce Seminole D limits Miami to a mere 69 yards of offense in the first half, constantly swarming and stuffing the Miami ground game and wreaking havoc on rookie quarterback Ryan Clement. So thorough was the domination of the Tribe's defense that Miami only crossed midfield 1 time.
Back at the 29. Here's the snap with a handoff to Dunn. Dunn runs left. He's got another first down.
Even with the defense's domination, after the first quarter, it looked like a typical FSU-Miami matchup. Junior sensation Warwick Dunn leads FSU toward the end zone in the first quarter.
He's to the 1-yard line, and that is where he is ruled out of bounds.
Pooh Bear does the honors.
Sean List will punt from his own end zone. Here they come up the middle. It is blocked. It's a touchdown, Miami.
A blocked punt enables Miami to tie the score after one.
Well, at that time, I was really becoming concerned because we got ahead of them 7-0, and we were containing them pretty good, and I thought this thing would break open sooner or later. And then the first thing you know, they block one of your punts, and the score is tied. Now you're beginning to think, uh-oh, watch out, here we go again, you know, and so but our kids are old enough and mature enough that didn't phase them, thank goodness.
Cadell swings it out to Preston. Preston to the 45. He's to the 40. Spins away from a tackler to the 35. Drags one more out of bounds to the 34.
But the second quarter would belong to the Garnet and Gold. Bobby Bowden's offensive brain trust would continue to mix the pass and run, blowing the game open.
Danny drops, wants to throw. Throws the fade to the right corner of the end zone. Jumping up is Cooper. Touchdown! Touchdown, Florida State. Here's the shotgun snap to Cannell. Throws it down the right sideline. Receiver there. Cooper. He's got it to the 3-2-1. Touchdown, Florida State. Home on.
We really wanted to get the running game established because we knew it would take a lot of pressure off the passing game, and Warwick did such an outstanding job at running the ball that it really started to open things up in the pass. And we struggled a little bit in the first quarter, but the second quarter we knew it would just be a matter of time before our offense would take off, and we really did. We made some good catches and some nice plays, and really just started to take control of the game there.
We try to open people up and then run it. Sometimes we'll run it and try to pull them in and throw it, you know. So our plan was to throw the football and mix the run in, and I thought we did a pretty good job.
The first half ends with FSU holding a comfortable but cautious 24-7 lead.
Some of you guys have been here at Florida State 1 year, some of you have been here 2 years, some of you have been here 3 years, some of you 4. I've been here 20. I've been sitting here at halftime ahead of them so many times I don't even know what to do. I've been in here so many times ahead of them and they win. Ahead of them and they win. They said we'll quit. They said we'll quit. We always quit. They always win the fourth quarter. That's what they say. Dadgummit, I don't want you to let up. I want you to go out there and take it to them physically. They're tired on defense. They're tired. You know, we must not get tired with them. We must take it to the men.
And Warwick's going to carry the ball to the right side. Gets outside. He's to the 40-yard.
While Bobby Bowden's halftime concerns were indeed justified, they were not warranted. There would be no Miami miracle comeback this year. No Miami magic. No Miami disaster. In 1995, the Hurricanes would be reduced to a tropical depression.
Inside handoff to Dunn. Pops to the outside.
Warwick Dunn sets a career best with 184 yards rushing and his 5th straight 100-yard game, an FSU record.
Knocked out of bounds at the Hurricane 36.
It felt good because I've never played well against them, I don't think. And I can't say it's redemption, but it helps the team and lifts the team. Now that's something I fall back. I beat Miami.
And here's the direct snap to Rock Preston.
The offense churns out an amazing 273 yards of rushing against the once proud Miami defense. With 41 points, Florida State scores their most points ever against a Miami Hurricanes team.
Down and diving across the goal line.
Well, it was good to beat Miami, even though they didn't have as great a year as they have been having the last 10, 15 years. But Miami is Miami. And if there's any team that has had our number the last 15 years, it's been Miami. And we've won some. Man, they've won most of them, no matter if it's played in Tallahassee or where. So anytime you beat Miami, it's good. They were a lot better than people. They were not as strong as they normally are, but they were a lot stronger than people think.
Man in motion, handoff to Ferguson. Nowhere for Ferguson to go.
The mighty Seminole defense finally comes together, limiting Miami to a scant 53 yards rushing. The secondary plays brilliantly, holding starting quarterback Ryan Clement to 10 of 23 passing and 2 interceptions.
He's got it to the 30, calls it to the 25, calls it to the 21.
It was truly payback time for Florida State. The 41-17 victory helped ease the pain of nightmares from the ghost of Miami past. 1995 just might reveal the shifting of the winds from the south to the north.
Good job. Good job, man. Good job.
Good job. That's a good win. I thought we made a lot of improvement, especially defensively today. And offense did a great job too. But I mean, the defense is, you know, we've been playing a half. We've been playing a half of defense. First half played bad. Second half shut them down. Tonight I was pretty close to 4 quarters. That's a good job. Played a lot of guys, and mighty proud of you.
After pounding Wake Forest, the ACC opponents are supposed to be getting tougher for FSU with the arrival of Georgia Tech to Doak Campbell Stadium. Sporting a 4-2 record and the top-rated defense against the run, FSU figures to be in for a tough time against the Yellow Jackets. However, FSU is still a 31.5-point favorite. But Georgia Tech players boldly predicted a victory over the top-ranked Seminoles. ABC and a crowd of 76,400 is on hand for homecoming 1995. Georgia Tech proves to be little more than talk as Florida State relies on defense to beat up on the Yellow Jackets 42-10.
He's the fullback, a freshman, and he will get the call, runs right, and he's tripped up as he got to the 4-yard line. Fumble football, Seminoles are diving on it. They say they've got it. Who's got it? Who's got it? FSU has forced a turnover. FSU's got the football.
Although Tech did hold FSU under its 66-point ACC average, they could only muster 10 points against a ferocious Seminole defense.
Play action drops, looks to his left, looks. He's mugged by Bush, and the ball is knocked down incomplete. Darrell Bush, the middle linebacker, said enough's enough, and he got to that big 6'3" quarterback and flattened him as he tried to pull the trigger.
Florida State's defense played Georgia Tech's option to near perfection while shutting down deep threats with sticky man-to-man coverage. Tech was held to just 256 total yards. Leading the way was senior Todd Rebo with 10 tackles, followed by Andre Wadsworth and Darrell Bush with 7 each. The Ramblin' Wreck's standout rusher, C.J. Williams, was held to a season-low 31 yards rushing.
It takes a defensive team effort. One person can't stop a great runner. I mean, when they came into their game plan defensively, they said, we have got to stop Warwick Dunn. And to do that, they had to put so many people in the box that the passing threat was open. With us, we made a commitment through the week to prepare to stop the run, and that's what we had to do because they really had shown that they had a powerful running game. We came to Tech knowing that we needed to play our gap responsibilities, take care of our jobs, and that way we could stop them when we did.
On offense, Florida State featured the sizzling combination of Danny Cannell to Andre Cooper. Cooper burned Georgia Tech with 10 receptions for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Florida State will face 3rd down and goal. Under the eye set Cannell. Throws the alley-oop fade to the near side, far side. Caught! Touchdown! Andre Cooper's got it! You can't stop him! Touchdown FSU! Green wide to the right, Cooper wide left. Here's the snap, and Danny looks toward Cooper. Cooper looks up, makes the catch. Touchdown! He's got 2! He has 11 in his career.
Both of them were pretty much the same. You know, they were from the same distance, 3 yards out, and, you know, basically identical plays. You know, I had to jump on both of them to catch the football, and, you know, it's like I said earlier, and Danny's just putting the ball where it needs to be put, and luckily I've been able to go up and make some plays.
With Tech intent on stopping the run, quarterback Danny Cannell completes an FSU record 41 passes in 51 attempts for 302 yards. The offensive line does not allow a sack, as Cannell hits 9 different receivers.
That's one of the things when they, you know, are going to try to put a stop to the rush, you have to make sure you pass protect, and so the receivers can find their way open and Danny can hit them. And we were able to do that and do it pretty effectively. We had, I think, 51 attempts, and Danny wasn't sacked and was only touched 3 times. So, you know, when we have that kind of performance, we feel pretty good.
Well, that was the game that I broke the record for the single game passing, and I really think that was a tribute to everybody around me. The offensive line did an outstanding job giving me all day to pass, and the receivers were catching almost every ball I threw at them. So it made my job easy out there, and we had a great performance. You know, the running game was shut down because they were so geared to stopping Warwick and not letting him get his 100 yards. but that really opened a lot of things in the passing game.
High snap, and here's the kick by Rodney Williams. A line drive thing. Feaster fields at the 32. He brings it to
Freshman D. Feaster comes up big with a 64-yard punt return to set up FSU's final score of the first half.
Feaster step on to the 5. It's first and goal, Florida State. Well, the handoff goes to Rock Preston. He'll take it in. Touchdown, Florida State.
With the defense pitching a second-half shutout, the offense adds 2 TDs in the fourth quarter for the final margin.
Here's the snap, and Danny looks toward Cooper. Cooper looks up, makes the catch. Touchdown! He's got 2. He has 11 in his career.
The ACC's big dog proves with a 42-10 victory that talk is indeed cheap. In Charlottesville, Virginia, the Thursday night ESPN game with the Virginia Cavaliers was supposed to be another routine ACC victory for the second-ranked Seminoles. A calm, quiet campus was an extreme contrast to the excitement that Virginia faithful would take into the game. Beating the high-powered Seminoles was a challenge the Cavaliers were ready to meet.
The whole nation is watching. Now, if you, this is very important. If you have problems early, quarterback. If you have problems early, quarterback, don't let it bother you. Just remember the Florida game. Now, you couldn't get behind it further than that. Also, defense. If we have a problem defensively, they're moving the ball like Georgia Tech did. Our coaches will spot it. Our coaches will spot it. We'll find the adjustment to get it done. Just remember, it's a 60-minute football game. So the teams that are not good, they panic early. Teams that are not good, they'll panic early if things go against them. So I'd just like to remind you of that.
The pregame fireworks were nothing compared to the fireworks at the end. Warwick Dunn comes up inches short, and the Seminoles' ACC win streak ends at 29.
Touchdown! No! They said he did not get out! Virginia wins!
Well, what do I attribute the loss to Virginia? I think a lot of it is you're one of those law of average things. I mean, how long are you going to keep beating everybody in this league? I mean, you know, look at last week's game. Tennessee beats Vanderbilt 12-7 after being behind all year. How in the world could they possibly hold Tennessee down to 12? They were the highest offensive score. They had 31 on Florida at the half, at Florida. And so it just happens. Those things happen. And when it happens at the wrong time against a good team. Now also look at Virginia. Virginia is the team that pushed Michigan around. They just got through beating Ohio State, which is supposed to be the best team they ever had. So it's all, you get to the right place at the wrong time, you can get yourself whipped. And I think the law of average ran out on us, and you're having a hard time getting your kids to believe. They got to be ready to play their best, and all that adds up, and they finally get you.
A hostile crowd, uninspired play, and miscues by the Noles allow the Cavaliers to take a 6-point halftime lead into the locker room. Coach Bowden challenges his team.
Man, you got to decide right now whether you're a fighter or not. That defensive line, our defensive line, they're whipping you, man. Get back on that passer and can't hit him, won't hit him. Get back there and let him throw the football. He stays back there all day. Linebackers, you're getting whipped. Bewildered. Secondary, I can't. You've given up long passes instead of fighting for the stinking ball. Now, hey, all we got to do is get that turned around, man. We got to kick off to them. Defense, you've got to stop them. I know it's offense. They can't even get to our passes. Our passers got all day to throw. Receivers, why can't you get open? I mean, my goodness, he's got all day. If you're not open, get somewhere and get open. You've got all day. They cannot stop us. We stop ourselves.
This is Florida State.
The defense takes control in the second half and holds Virginia to a pair of field goals. Florida State, never a team to give up, makes a move to break the Cavaliers' hearts one more time in a season of heartbreak for UVA fans.
Down by 5, this is the ball game. Here's the snap to Dent. Here's the snap to Dent. No, it was a direct snap to Dent. He hurdles. Touchdown. No.
The Virginia faithful erupt in wild celebration. The ACC's big dogs have fallen.
Conference may be in the game of college football.
Falling to number 6, Florida State travels to North Carolina, knowing it must beat the Tar Heels to stay in the hunt for their 4th straight ACC title. To meet the challenge, Florida State must respond in less than ideal weather conditions. The Seminoles used two big plays early to build an insurmountable lead.
Moving to our left, hands the ball off to Dunn. Dunn runs right.
With the driving rain and swirling winds limiting the passing game, junior sensation Warrick Dunn makes the most of it by rushing for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dunn becomes the only player in FSU history to have 2 1,000-yard seasons in a career. The defense would hold UNC to just 230 yards of offense as the Seminoles survive with a 28-12 victory. November 18th would be senior day and the last home game of the season for the 1995 Seminoles. With a victory over Maryland, FSU would be ACC champions for the 4th year in a row. However, this year would be a co-championship with Virginia. More importantly, the Tribe needed a good showing to build confidence going into the big game with the Gators next week. Florida State would answer on all counts. Racking up 59 points, the offense looks dominating. Danny Cannell hits on 24 of 34 for 346 yards and 2 touchdowns. More impressively, Andre Cooper and E.G. Green both have over 100 yards receiving in the game. Both almost reach the 200-yard mark. The defense, led by Sam Cowart, limit the pass-happy Terrapins to 17 points, 7 coming by way of a fake punt. With a 59-17 win, the Noles could now look to the swamp. Never before did FSU versus Florida have more meaning. Never before did both teams have a shot at the national championship. Never before were the Florida Gators undefeated going in. Never before would more people watch a football game in the state of Florida. ABC and a record crowd of 85,711 prepared for the shootout in the swamp. With the Gators' offense continually blowing through opposing defenses and a defense that would be much improved from earlier in the season, this would be the Seminoles' greatest challenge.
Let's go. We got to set the attitude out there straight. We got to show them who's the best team in the country right now. As we take care of business out here, we're right where we want to be.
Defense, you got to stop the run first. Got to stop the run first. Good punt protection, and we got to cover. We got to cover. We might have that number 15 down there, Rydell Anthony. I don't know. He's a real good one, man. We got to go get him. You block your man, and then you go make the tackle. Offensive line. You're what makes our offense go. Block like you have never blocked before. Stick on your block like you've never blocked before. The answer to offense is blocking. Defense, nobody's bragged on you all year, have they? Nobody's bragged on our defense all year. Today is the day you can make it. You can make it happen. Greatness can come today on national television.
On the game's first play from scrimmage, the Florida State defense forces a fumble. Senior Danny Cannell leads the Tribe into Florida territory.
Down to the 45, to the sideline he goes, to the 47, and Cannell goes to the receiver at the 45. Zigzag move by Cooper. He's got a first down at the 42.
The drive stalls, and Scott Bentley is called on. Unfortunately for Garnet and Gold faithful, this would be the only lead the Seminoles would have. Midway through the first quarter, the Gators answer with this 22-yard touchdown. Bentley adds 3 more as the first quarter winds down in what appears to be a defensive battle. But just like 1994, the second quarter becomes a nightmare for FSU. The Gators score 21 unanswered points to take a 28-6 halftime lead.
30, 20, 15, 10, touchdown.
Well, naturally, when you're behind 28-6, that's not a very good place to be in. However, the year before, we were down by 21 points at the half and came back and won. So you know that there is a chance, but guys, a lot of times the kids don't believe that. And so my biggest fear was that our kids would go out and give up and not fight and us get stomped. This team can stomp you. They got to kick off to us. Offense needs to take and score, and I guarantee you we could get momentum and come back and win the game. Go say, Coach, over there, tell him off. Big things, we've got to stay together. Got to stay together.
The challenge is on for Florida State. Fight or give up. But no Bobby Bowden team has ever given up. Character and heart go hand in hand with any Seminole team. And this Seminole team would be no different. Midway through the third quarter, FSU makes its move.
Warwick Dunn to the left, and he hurdles in from a yard away. Dunn comes in motion. Danny drops the throw. Throws the pass over the middle. Caught. 2-point conversion. E.G. Ernie Green's got it. And Werfel.
One play later, the Gators answer.
Throws it away. He's got it. I tell you, he's got it. 30, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Florida.
The Tribe continues to fight.
Throws it downfield. It is caught by Green. He's got it at the Gator 46-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. 3-man rush. Danny throws over the middle. It is caught by Green. He hangs on at the 15-yard line. Oh boy! I don't know. How did Ernie hang on?
FSU settles for 3, continuing to chip away at the lead. The defense tightens, not allowing Florida another score the rest of the afternoon. Sam Collard again leads the attack with 13 tackles and 3 quarterback sacks. The Seminoles defense records 6 sacks on the day. The Gators offer a little help in the way of a bad snap. One play later, and Andre Cooper pulls Florida State closer.
First down. Here's the snap out of the shotgun. Cannell looking to his left, looking left, throwing over the middle. It is caught. Touchdown, Florida State, Andre Cooper. Short drop.
In 1995, the Seminoles would have no comeback. 1994 seemed like a long time ago, as turnovers stopped any hopes FSU has.
I think this year you have to say, hey, look, they were the best team. The day we played, they were the best football team. They're having a great year, and so let's give them credit. Don't be kicking yourself in the rear all year and being unhappy. You know, we'll play them again next year.
Perhaps lost in the storyline of this game would be the performance of the kickers. Punter Sean Liss would punt 8 times for a 47-yard average. The junior would finish the season as one of the top punters in the nation. And Scott Bentley would be a perfect 3 for 3 in field goals and also convert all of his extra points. Florida State would lose to the Gators for only the 2nd time in the last 10 games. Bobby Bowden has owned Florida in recent years. But even in defeat, the Seminoles never quit, never hung their heads, and never stopped fighting. Tradition. Tradition born. One team with rich tradition over 100 years old. One team with recent tradition, barely 50 years old. Holtz, Bowden, legends of the game. The 6th-ranked Fighting Irish and the 8th-ranked Seminoles were primed and ready for the 62nd annual Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida. For the winner, a successful season. For the loser, disappointment. From the onset, it looks like this could be a long day for the Tribe defense. 2 big Notre Dame runs put the Irish in scoring range. But a Todd Rebold sack helps force a field goal that sails wide. But after an FSU interception, Notre Dame strikes. FSU ties the game on their next possession behind offensive leaders Cannell, Dunn, and Cooper. Notre Dame looks to add 7 more. But a big play forces the field goal. With time winding down in the half, FSU is on the move again. A key third down run by Warwick Dunn leads to this Cannell to Cooper TD. The half ends with Florida State holding a 14-10 lead.
Number one, you played an excellent first half. We made some critical errors. I hope you won't make those critical errors again. Because if you do, we might get beat just on the error. But you played good otherwise. Defense, I know you get tired of hearing this, but I don't get tired of saying it. Defense, if you shut them out this half, we win. No matter what the offense does, if you shut them out, we win. Do not give up a long play. You stopped them every time they've been down there, except on the long one. Mistake. Offense, keep the pressure on. They're tired. They're tired. I really believe if we could take the next kickoff and score, I kind of believe they'd phase down. But I know they're tired. Their pass rush is slowed up because they're tired. But they got a lot of pride, man. You play at Notre Dame and they got pride. So they'll come out and they'll give it another spurt. They'll give it another spurt. You got to spurt with them. And you got to out-execute them. Offense has made a couple of great plays. Dunn, you're running like a madman. We must continue to protect our passer. Protect our passer. He's having a good night.
In the third quarter, Notre Dame finds out it's sometimes better to be lucky than good. A desperation pass puts the Irish on top. FSU's top-rated offense has problems in the third quarter and gives up a safety in the fourth, extending Notre Dame's lead. After taking the free kick, the Irish go 63 yards in 5 plays for a 12-point lead with just under 12 minutes to play. All the Irish did, however, was nudge a sleeping giant. Notre Dame manages only 34 total yards and 1 first down in its final 3 possessions against a hungry Seminole D.
It was like, Connell was coming down, and he scripted. I was finna tackle him, but when I saw him scripted, I went to get the ball. I was finna pick it up, but I thought, nah, I just want to get the ball and give it back to the offense. Let the offense do something with it.
The Seminoles' offense erupts for 17 unanswered points and 162 of their 478 total yards in the fourth quarter. FSU displays long-lost emotion and refuses to be denied. Florida State gets back in the game with its 5-play drive, taking all of 1 minute and 56 seconds.
Once we catch momentum, our offense catches on fire, we can't be stopped. And once we score that first touchdown, I just wanted the ball back, to get us another shot. And, we just made some great plays.
The Orange Bowl crowd comes alive. Freshman D. Feaster sets up the go-ahead score. Most probably, the biggest play of the game came on a 4th and 5 at the Irish 25.
probably my bread and butter, you know, the inside route against the safety, and then he just made a perfect pass, you know, and that's basically what happened. All I had to do is catch it.
One play later, Orange Bowl MVP Andre Cooper goes up for 6.
Anytime when a play is called and you know it's going to work, regardless of what they're playing and what they're going to do, it feels great. And I think you got to give our fans a lot of credit for that, because they really got behind us tonight, and they really won us that ball game.
Renard Wilson seals the win, forcing a Notre Dame intentional grounding in the end zone, good for a Florida State safety and a final possession.
I just came in to make a big play, and coaches on the sideline said, we need a play right here if you're going to make it. So I just feel like I had to make the play, and I want to end up making it, so I'm just glad because of that.
The Seminoles finished the season at 10-2, ranked 4th in the nation, and look forward to another run at the national title in 1996. While the 1995 squad fell short of some goals, many others still remain. 9 straight finishes ranked among the top 5, 11 straight bowl victories, 14 bowl games without a loss. Garnet and Gold faithful demand the best, and they deserve the best. The Florida State Seminoles will always be facing the challenge.
No other city in the world has more beautiful neon signs than Las Vegas, and nobody manufactures more neon signs than Yesco. They buy raw materials from out of state, but they get office supplies right here in town from Office Depot. Taking care of business. Taking care of business is what Office Depot does best, with guaranteed next business day delivery, saving time and money.
Delivery is just a phone call away.
Taking care of business.
Office Depot.